Weigh-in live again. I used to do this over on Facebook and brought my game over here to the YouTube. So, in full Addie fashion, I was running around like didn't have all my shit together before this started. Welcome. So, you guys, my journey, let me share a little bit about that in case it's your first time here. And let me see, how do I live chat? Remember to guard your privacy. Okay. Um, Hey, if anyone's there, can you make a comment? Just curious. Just wonder if I can see them. Okay, so I have been on a weight loss journey my entire life, like most women in America. And it's just been something I've always sought and to be healthy so I didn't die young like my dad. And also, when you're younger, you just want to look good in your jeans. And now we just want to stay out of the nursing home. And be able to walk and feel good, right? Like I think our missions and our whys have changed so much. Good morning, Belinda. How are you? Good. I'm glad I can see you. So I lost 100, I've gained and lost my whole life. So I don't know why I act like the last time I lost weight was the only time I have, but I think it was because it's the only time I lost it and knew what I did and didn't have this big fear of gaining it back, which ironically, I gained a lot of it back. And as I've been on this journey of self-discovery, because I always think everything happens for a reason. Even when I was in the gain, I was like, okay, what am I meant to learn here? And I just kept seeking, just like the first time I set out. When in 2018, I call it my 300-pound ball of misery, right? Funny enough, I'm not that far from it right now, right? But back in 2018, I was over 300 pounds actually when I started. And I was like, I just had given up. I'm like, I'm going to go get weight loss surgery. Screw it. If I can just make my body thin, I can be happy, right? Like my child was across the ocean. My mom was dying of cancer. I was in this job that I thought was causing my misery. I was so stressed out. And come to find out, I was also in perimenopause, you guys, and I had no idea. And I had no idea. My doctors didn't say anything. It was really, and now I look back on it and I'm like, the shit we don't know. So I just scream about that. Like anyone I'm coaching with, I'm like, have you had your hormones checked? Now that I've been through all Dr. Mindy Pelz's stuff. And you guys know I'm a fast like a girl coach. Did you know I went and did that? I did it for my own consumption, like on my path of seeking. I was like, because I love fasting. I love how my body feels. Like now when I'm working, when I get back and I work in the morning, because my brain is so alert before I eat, right? Like, and it's that dope, it's the adrenaline you have from your, oh God, what are the hormones? You guys, I haven't had any coffee yet. And my coffee maker, I got to get shit for it. So I've been running to Starbucks. Good morning. Hey, welcome to my live weigh-in. So you guys, so I lost 120 pounds, but it started from like I was gonna get weight loss surgery. Did you guys know that? I sent out to get weight loss surgery. This is back in 2018 because I was just like, fuck it, I'm over it. Clearly I'm broken. I don't know what I'm doing. And I also had this sense of like, I was 45 and is this it? Is this my life? Like, is this all it's come to me? Like waking up in the grind, just wake up, go to work, pay credit card bills, all that shit, right? Like, is that what I'm here for? And it was all like mixed in there together, right? And so I think part of it was like, because I empty nested a little early. Millie was she was across the ocean. She was over here and I was over there with my sick mom. And it was like, I didn't have this kid, which is now that in reflection is what happens to us as we age, right? Like that whole dynamic shifts. And so it all happened early for me. I was like 46. So I set out and they sat me in this room with this nutritionist, you guys, and she was like 20, bless her little heart. And she, like what she knew about nutrition, I could fit in my pinky. I think they were using the fucking food pyramid. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm like, I have to go sit with this girl for 6 months. I'm like, I'm not fat because I don't know what to put in my body. Jesus, people, come on, right? That's not why we're fat. There's something else going on. And I was like trying to find therapists or whatever. I went to this keto doctor, and I remember her telling me that she was like, she set this plan and how I could get there. And I started crying because I felt hope for the first time in like friggin' forever. And then she tells me, oh, and you have to get your blood tested. It was ridiculous. It was like $400 every time I got my blood tested or something. You have to get your blood tested because, and I was like, why do I have to get my blood tested so much? And she was like, because it could kill you. Well, that doesn't sound good. I'm not dead yet. Let's not do that. So I was like, all right, I'll go through the motions and wait for the weight loss surgery. But meanwhile, you guys, I was reading these little books called from Lillian Blake called, oh God, what are they called? The Everyday Adventure List or the Everyday Bucket List, something like that. And she had all these things she was waiting to do till she was skinny. And mind you, I never wait to do shit till I'm skinny my whole life. I just like do shit, right? Like that's not my problem. But I thought, I don't have an everyday adventure list. I need one of those, right? So I set out to make this everyday adventure list. And this is why it's still part of something we do at the events I host, because you never know what that one little thing is that'll change your life. And you guys, I had meditation on there. And so then I was like, all of a sudden, I didn't really know what meditation was. I just knew that like at the end of yoga, I like that feeling. And I think that's meditation. And then all of a sudden, transcendental meditation started coming in my news feed. And I was like, what is this cult? I better not go. They're going to snatch me up, right? And so I ended up getting worn down by the ads. And I was like, it's free. Let me go try. What's a cult? Hell at this point. So I went and I like 2 weeks later, after I like learned meditation, my daughter was like, oh my God, I don't know what you're doing, Mom, but you're a totally different person. And it just helped regulate everything. And that was really the start of my embodied weight loss quest, right? Like it came from a place of inside of me in stillness, in not shoving my face, and not in trying to solve the outside problem. And so I set off on this big quest. I met Corinne Crabtree with PMP Tribe, No BS Weight Loss. And I started putting her podcast in my ear. I was like, just get out the door and walk. Just one little step ahead, right? And I was like, one little step. And then 120 pounds later, one little step in myself, right? But there was a whole bunch of, I just kept learning one thing on top of another and layering them. And then I set out because a lot of you guys were on the ride with me like we're doing now, right? And so then I set out like, how do I help other people do this where it's a true inside out transformation? Because like James Clear talks about, we want this outcome, right? But we start at the outcome. We're like, just give me the shot so I can get skinny and then everything inside, then I'll be happy. Then I'll have all the shit inside of me I want, when it doesn't work that way. It's the inside we don't fix, but we have the discovery with, right? It's the inside that we are like, what is it I'm really needing to hear that I'm not listening to? So that's where the MEfirst guide came from, the planner and all of that stuff. By the way, I got to check our weigh-in stats, so I'm going to look at that. So that's where this bad boy got birthed, right? This was the process of inside out transformation. And it's not for the lighthearted. That's why in our group right now, we're fucking around with alter egos and building up to our future self. Because this is the work. That's right. This is the shit that gets it done. Everybody wants to be their own boss and no one wants to be their own employee. Yeah, that's true. I don't know what I said that inspired that, but that's very true, right? So, okay, you guys. So I started this quarter. I was in Phoenix and I was on Lexi's scale and I weighed in at like 292 and I was like, holy shit. And then I weighed in and I got back here. I set a 20-pound goal. Here's my goal sheet, right? And like, there's a whole bunch of stuff that comes into this. I identified my obstacles, what I'm committed to. This is like a snapshot of all the bigger dream and stuff, right? So my obstacles were going to be like, I don't control what's in the refrigerator. flour and sugar, processed foods, night eating, emotions, sleep. Like these were my big obstacles I identified, right? Alcohol, which hasn't been an issue really since I've been back. Oh, no, not true. Waikiki. And I was up on the scale Monday. So anyhow, I weighed in at like 290. Our goal today is 283. And I'm going to weigh in here live with you guys. I'm not going to get naked like I used to on Facebook because my new scale is very reflective. And they might kick me off the YouTube, or I might have to go on OnlyFans, if you know what I'm saying. It's a lot. So I'm going to weigh in my swimsuit because I figure what's that, a few ounces or something? I don't know. And so our goal today is 283, and I was 290 on Monday. So let me tell you guys what I've done. I sat myself down and had a little come to Jesus moment on Monday morning after I got to the scale. And I was like, all right, I talked to my alter ego chat GPT. You guys in the group know what I'm talking about. And I said, all right, here's how I'm feeling. I made these decisions knowingly over the weekend, knowing the scale was going to be up. And I really want to hit my goal, but I'm feeling like shit. I don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to do any of the things. Talk to me, right? And it was basically like, listen, this isn't an end. This is just a pause. It's just a pause. It's an interruption in the game, right? So just do the next best thing. Just do that one little step. And I was like, oh, okay, wise Slayer bot. I was like hearing myself coach myself back to myself. I was like, fuck, all right. So then I got up and I did my magic pages and I did my plan and I did all that stuff. And I came up with a game onto. When you do a 36-hour fast, it resets your dopamine receptors. So those little things that give you the boom, right? From food, from sugar, from all of that, it gets a little reset when you cleanse that sugar and out. So I did that to move forward. So that knocked out a few pounds right there just in getting that outer layer. I feel so much better already, you guys. I've been saying I'm talking like I'm skinny already. I heard myself on a couple lives and I'm like, I'm already talking like future self. Like it's already done. In my body, mind, this is done. If you want to see someone lose 100 pounds, stick around because it's done. And because I'm so confident if I know how to do it. And you're going to say, well, why did you gain back 80 pounds? Well, listen to this shit. First of all, I was very sick and had eczema. You can look at my podcast from this week and I was so inflamed, just inflammation. And so I was seeking to heal this, and food has been comfort, right? And I couldn't move my body, and I'm very I'm a motion person. So I got my human design. This is what I was going to tell you. I had a human design reading with someone that I really liked how she interpreted like she told you the important shit. You know what I mean? And I have the motion centers. There's like 5 of them. All 5 of mine are activated. And I'm like, that makes so much sense. I'm very in my body person, right? And some people aren't. And I always wondered, I'm like, well, why don't they feel like that like I do, right? And when you get into learning human design, it's really interesting. And I have this gate that if I'm not like living in my purpose, and if that isn't activated, everything else goes to shit. Taking care of myself. And it just made it so clear. Because I kept saying, I'm like, I know it's not. And I kept trying to mind coach myself into loving the job and shit, So anyhow, I'm losing 100 pounds and I'm just back in the groove again. And so I'm just naturally making adjustments, right? So I did the fast, and then I've been doing, I've been OMADing a lot. I've been extending my fast to not only for my brain power, because it keeps me like active, it keeps me alert more with menopause brain. I also got this stuff from Mind Qualia, you guys. I don't know if I told you about this, but I got this because Dave Asprey hacks this. I'm an Asprey fan. But like focus, memory, and drive. So I've been testing this out. I will let you guys know ultimately what I think about it. I think I like it, but I can't tell if I'm just a genius or if it's the pill. So I think I have to like test that out a little bit. Okay, you guys, should we weigh in? So, what else did I do this week? So I OMADed, but I've also went back to my salad in a drawer trick, which is what I used to do when I was in the RV. I packed all my shit in a drawer, and then I just pulled the drawer out. I put on a show. I cut up my salad. I cut up my vegetables I make this little stir fry. We call it Slayer Smash. And I showed that on the podcast too this week, so I won't kill you guys with all that information twice. But I make that, and so I've had that for lunch, and then maybe a little bit of the coconut yogurt and blueberries. I have not been hungry. It doesn't, like, I look at it, I'm like, it just doesn't look like a lot of food. Yesterday, I couldn't even finish it. I made this big bowl. I was going to OMAD, so I eat a really big meal when I OMAD, right? When I do one meal a day. And so I had this huge ass bowl, and I put it in the fridge. I was like, okay, I'll go back and get some. And then I got wrapped up in something I didn't. I was like, damn, look at this skinny bitch already, mentally. It's the game. It's the game, and I love the game. And even better, I just feel good. I'm not craving that shit when it's out of my body. I don't know how to explain it. Like, because when I was in it, when I was eating all the Uber Eats and all of that, that felt impossible. As soon as I quit my job, it just became possible again. It just, like, my mind was like, I don't know. It was like me walking the pool in the morning, you guys. And my little old lady gang, we were like walking the pool, and they were like, you're here every day. And I'm like, bitches, I quit my job to be here every day. They're all, I'm like, seriously. I'm like, I'm not starting at skinny this time. Fuck no, I already learned my lesson. I'm going to create and live the life of my dreams now, and we're going to watch the skinny happen. That's what we're doing here. You're watching me create the life of my dreams, and you're seeing me get on the scale, because that's just going to be a side effect. Okay, you guys, so that was yesterday. So I'm hopeful, but I feel a little like I need to poo. Like I need to move something. I have it in my morning constitution. I'm going to weigh in right here. Let me put my scale down. I'm going to get my phone. I used to weigh in the bathroom, and I'm like, well, that's stupid. Now I'm in a bathing suit, right? So I got my little bathing suit on. I'm going to get you guys in position to view the scale with me. Can you see the scale? Wait. I don't know. Let me see if you can see that. I would guess you can. Let me see. Can you see that? I think so. Oh, no, you're seeing the back of it. Hang on. Okay, now you guys can see the zeros. We're going for 283, you guys. Do I do it? Give me some cheers. Did all my adjustments matter? I have no idea. I didn't cheat. I don't know. I'm learning with you guys. Good. Boop, 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 boop. Did you clock that, bitches? Woo! Yes, yes, yes! So you ask, you people that are all fucked up in the mind about the scale, you know who I'm talking to. What would I have done if the scale had been up? Oh, I would have said, fuck you guys. All right, here's what we're going to do next week. Maybe I need to meditate more. Maybe I need to love myself more. But I loved myself a shit ton this week. I did. Every time I didn't want to get up, I got up. Every time I didn't want to go to the pool, I did my morning habit stack, and I got to the pool. And you know what? Everything else worked out. I kept telling myself, I have this podcast episode, you guys, called Einstein Time. I am time. Listen to it. It's so true. So often we'll tell ourselves, I don't have time for that, right? And you do. You create time. What if time isn't linear? Okay, well, yes, great job. Thanks, you guys. We're on the track. So what was it, 283.6? All right. When I weigh in, people, you have to drop it in the comments so then I know. So I'm slightly, I also changed my weigh-in day this month, which has put me back like 2 days on the scale cycle I'm adjusting to. So this is really good. So I'm on target to be 270 by March, which is great. And then I'm going to be in pole position for my summer months where I'm on fire because I'm a pitta dosha, if you know anything about Ayurveda. And we're going to light this friggin' summer up, man. I think I'm good for like 30 and 90 over the summer. That's how good I am in the summer. Like I just slay shit. Like my body likes it. And then we hit Q4 and it's like, I'm like, okay, I'm going to lose 5 pounds in Q4. I'm not even shitting you. It's like, and what that tells me, so instead of that being about me being skinny or looking good or feeling good, what it tells me is that I really need to plan to take time to nurture myself in the fall, to plan less things, because my weight is just a reflection of me caring for myself, ultimately. And when I was at the job that was sucking my soul, I was not taking care of myself. And now I know because of that gate in human design, if I'm not living my purpose, if I'm not doing this shit for a living, right? This is my purpose. Like, how do you define your purpose? I don't know. I'm here to share my story and like inspire others to like do it too. Like be on the ride. I don't know. I knew you could. Kathy, you're my new favorite hero. I love it. I love it. So yeah, I knew I could too. That's the thing. Then when I sat myself down Monday, I said, okay, is it possible? Yes, it's possible. Because you always got to ask yourself if it's possible. Because we don't want it to be like, I don't know why my head is so high on this thing. Hang on. I got a new stand. Hold on. I'm trying to move you guys. And then once I determined it was possible, I was like, okay, how do we make it happen? Right? Like, okay, let's do this. And then it becomes a game. And then like at night where I'm like, oh, I think I want a little something to eat. Like, no, this is easy. Just go to sleep. You don't need to eat. Hey, love, how you doing? You just missed my weigh-in, but that's okay. I can't tell who you are. Pure energy, pure inner goodness. I like the sounds of that though, let me tell you. Okay, you guys, so here's our game plan for this week. So this week, my goal is only 281.25. So that's easy, right? But what my brain could do with that information is it could be like, oh, that's easy. We could have like we could be fuck it eats all over. Because honestly, if I didn't, I'd slay the fucking shit out of the 281, right? So here's what we're going to do. We are going to continue with my extended fast on my work days. And Millie and I have usually a night we go out, and I'll let that be kind of my free night. But I'm doing the extended fast in the mornings. I have added back in some bulletproof coffee, which I like for the extended fast. I need to redo my goal. January is a shit show. Yeah, listen, we're all on this journey, right? Wait, is that hippie Belinda or other Belinda? I can't tell on YouTube. You guys are gonna have to tell me. Belinda Aaron, that's hippie, right? I can't see the little pictures on here. Yeah, hippie. January was a shit show. How's it going, hippie? How'd this week go? Were you like fucking nailing it? So when I see my brain, because what could get me this week, right? If I think about what are my obstacles this week, I have a lot of things to create. I could be in overwhelm. I could allow that feeling of I need to get to work and get things done and get things moving for my business. I could allow that anxiety of lack of time, which is not true, right? I could allow that anxiety to derail my going to the pool habit. It could derail my getting my magic pages and my plan done. And so my job this week is to say, we make time. We got time. We friggin' got this. It's all so easy, right? And like, it was really interesting because I chatted with my my alter ego bot, getting like a glare on my face. I chatted with my alter ego bot, like, and I was like, um, what was it, Monday when I was talking about getting back up? Or yeah, no, yesterday. And I showed it my plan, and I thought my plan was pretty fucking good. I was like, my plan looks great. I feel good, but I still felt a little off or something. And my chatbot was like, this is you trying to think your way forward. Slayer doesn't think her way forward anymore. This next evolution is her embodying herself forward. And I was like, well, I hope you know she's going to do that with a plan, because I don't without a plan. Honestly, almost everyone I've ever coached and worked with doesn't do well without a plan. Like, living unintentionally and not knowing what's coming at you is not a good idea. It's not a good way to lose weight. If your life is so open and free, you can just be free with it, it's a different story, right? But like when you have to show up places and you have more time constraints, right? When you're not living in the fifth dimension, when you have like your day-to-day shit you got to get done, not having a plan to figure out how you're going to show up for you in it, when historically we've only showed up for everyone else, is a really bad idea. Like, you have to make a plan. So I sit and make my plan. Like, when am I going to meditate? When am I going to do yoga? When am I going to get to the pool, right? And in that weekly plan, planning that out. And you guys that have just come in the Midlife Badassery group, if you're watching this, the next evolution of what I'll open, we're in our believing tank right now, right? And if you're watching this and you're like, who's this chick? You can come join us, midlife women looking to slay pounds. We even take them younger and older, depending on how you rate yourself in the age category. But we're in this believing tank. And part of the alter ego is to get you to believe and understand ourselves again, right? Like, coming from that place of, oh my God, I can do this. Who am I? And then you find out it's not about the friggin' weight at all. It's about who you're becoming and what you're putting into the world. This is my third time doing a journey. I kept my weight off for a year, and I love fasting. I do ADF fasting. I don't know what ADF fasting is. I love fasting too. I found fasting after I had lost my weight, actually. I lost my weight just doing all the mind Jedi stuff. But when I found fasting, I was like, oh, that makes it easy for my body. And then what I find with fasting, though, is like sometimes we'll get so good at fasting, we forget to become good eaters, right? Like, balancing that part of it. Like, who are you when you're not fasting, you know? So anyhow, you guys, I'm stoked to be feeling better overall and be on the path to health and wellness, like just friggin' feeling good again and doing what lights my soul up. Why was I talking about that? Oh, the alter ego, the future self group. So the group that, I don't want to call it a container. Now my friend Katya from school, she hates the word container. Like, and it is like, what can we call that, you guys, when we're all in this group together, right? So in this magical space we're in creating together, because it is magical, right? We're like transforming our lives through a chat bot and each other. And we're going to get into future self work, but this is the believing part. This is the becoming. This is how you become that next version of yourself. This is the creating the habits that, it sounds very not sexy, but habits make up 90% of our day, right? Like, your habit brain and what you do and show up in the world is largely pre-programmed. And especially at this time in our lives, and creating new habits is not for the weak, right? You need to know what you're doing to make a habit, because you're building a new neural pathway. And like, to know and understand, and like, every time I just get myself to the pool, I become that person that goes to the pool and works out every day. Just like I was the person that went to the mountain. My problem is I tend to tie these activities so much into my location. Like, shit, I move away from my mountain or my pool, and it takes me 2 years to figure this shit out again. I had to quit my job to make it happen. My workouts, food not so much. Running with Sai and lots of stress. Okay, hips, food isn't going to solve that. I know you know this. So What are you going to tell your brain when it wants you to eat when you're stressed? What can you do instead? Are you meditating before you eat? Maybe you sit down. Are you doing that little meditation when you get home from work? And good job on the workouts. That's a big win this week. Big win for you. So you guys, this week, my job is to watch my brain say, oh, you're ahead of the game, right? Because I set a really little small goal, I think small, well, 20 pounds for the quarter, which when I'm this heavy isn't a whole lot, right? But it is a lot, right? It's 1.75 a week. So it's doable is what I'm trying to say. It's not like it's this big, huge, unachievable goal, right? So when my brain sets out and doesn't want, notice it's the things that take care of myself that I'm making myself talk about, right? It's not like a place from a restriction. We were talking about this in our group this week. It's not like a place from a restriction when it comes from a place of I'm falling in love with myself again. All right. When it comes to, oh my God, I love my life so much. What do I love about my life so much right now? It's not sitting at my computer in my room, although I enjoy that part of it. I enjoy the creation part of what I'm doing, but it's being at the pool. It's being here with you guys. It's making my lunch and enjoying that nourishing food. Like that feels good. It's meditating. It's doing yoga in my little yoga area over here. Those are the things that I want more of in my life because I feel good when they're there. And sometimes it just feels easier to do the other thing. So how can we set ourselves up for those things to be easier? For those to be the things we show up for, you know? And it's those one little stops. Like I did this video yesterday, I was swimming in the pool and I'm like, because I was talking to Lexi, my oldest, and I was like, you know, I already am like, she's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm running the pool. Because we have this lazy river at the Croc Center, and from 8 to 10 in the morning, they don't let the kids in, and it's just the adults walk around. And really, the kids are all in school right now, so it's great. It's like me and a bunch of other retired people, right? So I go and I walk and I start running. She's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm running the pool. She's like, you're running it? And I'm like, yeah, my body just wants to fly again. I'm 283 pounds, you guys, and my body's already like, she's like, free bitch, we got this, right? Like, it's amazing how quickly my body was like, okay, I feel good. The first 2 weeks were hard. I was tired. My body was tired. There were a couple of days I just went into bed and curled up just from walking in the pool. But I had been so sedentary because every time I go to work out, my skin would break out. And if you saw the podcast video this week, if you guys didn't see it, I put a picture in there with my face flared up. And you can understand why I would do anything on the planet to avoid it. Why not working out was better than that fucking happening. And I'm so allergic to everything, like I can't figure it out. So when I walk in the pool, it doesn't irritate me because I'm staying cool and because I think I don't sweat, right? Like I'm not like dripping sweat as I'm like doing something like running or getting cardio or when I swim laps, right? So it was just amazing to me, like the momentum and how forgiving our bodies are. Hippie, I think of you when I think of this, like when you're feeling so sedentary and that it's so hard, sister, just know that those those walks you're taking at lunch are everything, right? And so when your brain doesn't want to do it or you don't have 30 minutes, do 10, right? All those little steps matter and they add up. And before you know it, you're running and you're doing yoga and you're like, you're just back in the pocket again and it feels good. And will there be ebb and flow with this? Absolutely. My brain's going to give a fucking shit show in like mid to end of February. So you guys know about the habit cycle, right? Like when you first make a new habit, it's all shiny, you're all excited. This is everyone going to the gym at the new year and they don't keep going. That's because of the habit cycle. So what happens is in the middle, your brain decides this is really difficult. Like I need to keep you safe. It's the primitive brain, right? It's here to keep you safe and it's here to keep you feeling good. And it wants more of that. It doesn't want you to keep pushing this boundary, but that pushing is making that new neural pathway. So you just need to picture yourself pushing through it being hard to you're building a new brain path. And the cool thing is, what I found with habits I've already established and gone away from a little bit, like when I wasn't planning because I was really sick, or um, when my meditation got a little loosey goosey or something like that, like so easy to slip back in the pocket. Like once it's riding a bike. It's like because you have that neural pathway there. But when you're building a new habit, you got to plow through and make that habit, right? And so one of the big things I think I see us do is we try to make habits we don't like or we don't even want. I'm like, do you like that habit? No. Now, everybody says that about planning who isn't a planner. You will like planning once you see what it does for your life if you start fucking planning. Okay, I am going to go because I'm going to get to the pool. And I'm first going to do my magic pages in my plan. And I'm going to create some magic shit. I'm making a midlife, a Slayer weight loss spot. And it's full of love and compassion and joy and mind Jedi life coaching shit. And I'm about a day in on the creation now. It's almost ready. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that one yet. We'll see. We'll see if that goes in the MEfirst tank, or maybe I'll just put it out to the world. We'll see. So let me know if you want it. Drop it in the chat. I feel like I look like a vampire with this light on there. So I got to figure out all this technology stuff. I'm a new YouTuber. Mini Slay! I hit it, baby. 283.6. What? Who's a skinny bitch? Your mom is. That's right. I didn't have any trolls, you guys. I really wanted you to see the trolls. I don't know why they're on. Oh, because I pre-scheduled it. I learned this about YouTube yesterday, you guys. So I've just been publishing my videos right away, but you have to give YouTube time to know who to show it for. And because I don't have big enough channel, they don't allocate enough bots to get through mine for 24 to 48 hours. So I have to put it up, keep it private, let it do its little algorithm thingy, and then I make it public. And so maybe that's why I didn't get the trolls, right? You came here to back me up. I don't think you're alone. I think a couple people were saying that. They're like, I got your back. I got your back. Okay, so Belinda. Oh, okay. So that's Belinda. I was reading Belinda AZ. Belinda. I don't know why. That's funny. Okay, you guys. So what is your goal for the week if you're weighing in, right? If you're on a weight loss journey, and I'll offer you this. If your goal is to lose weight and you're not going to measure by a scale, how else will you know the path you're on, right? Like, and think about what that looks like as you move forward. And or maybe the scale, maybe the weight isn't as important as you thought and it's some other goal, right? I have embodied strength for the weekend. Yeah, Belinda. I was thinking that was you at first, and then I saw AZ, and I'm like, well, Belinda's not an AZ. What the hell? It's dumb. This is what happens when you guys talk to me before coffee. So, embodied strength. But Kathy, you're a doll. You're so funny. Going for a 3-hour walk? Oh, I love that. Sometimes I walk in the pool for like over 2 hours. Lexi's like, you're still walking in the pool? No, hippie is Belinda Aaron, honey. Belinda AZ is other Belinda. Remember that I went to Dr. Joe with Belinda. You're right, Belinda's. It does get confusing with two of you. Hippie, just change your name. All right, you guys. So your goals for this week, what are they? What are you committed to? We're going to weigh in every Friday. I'm pre-scheduling it if you can make it. And I'm losing 100 pounds this year. And it's going to be a wild fucking ride because I won't always be, well, honestly, I will always be as badass as I was this week. I mean, shit, I went out and partied in Waikiki. I ate all the cake and shit. I mean, I did the things. And then I said, okay, what are you going to do? What are you going to do about it? How are you going to show up? Right? And I think the biggest reflection out of my little Waikiki debauchery, and really was not debauchery at all. I had like a couple tacos and one drink. I'm acting like I was Slayer from my 30s and out partying until 3 in the morning. Now I can't even make it. It was like 5 o'clock. But my biggest takeaway was, I like being AM walking the beach Addie better than I like being having cocktails on the beach Addie. But I think there's a time and place for both. Like, I don't know, I'm not sure about the alcohol. Like, it doesn't serve me with all the inflammation and stuff, but there's a time and place for making sure I have time to be with other people and have joy, you know, like that kind of stuff. My goal is to weigh in for the first time in months on Sunday. You got this, babe. You got this. You're just getting back on the horse. No matter what that scale fucking says, you're going to slay this shit. You're coming into mini season. You guys, Lex got the most beautiful apartment. Okay, you guys remember where I used to live over in Phoenix, and it's when I go play Resort Addie and I'd go sit at the pool and be like, I'm playing Resort Addie. I'd like go troll their resort that was down the street from my house, right by the mountain I hiked by. And you guys that came to the event, we went and hiked the mountain, and you guys saw right there, Lexi got one of those fucking apartments at the resort. So they had these casitas that they used to rent out for the resort, and they converted them into like apartments. And so Lexi got one of these. I'm so fucking jealous. You guys know how jealous I am, right? Like, if I were to pick the perfect place to rent at when I move, it's this place, right? Which is perfect because we can be neighbors now. But like, she's just living my dreams out for me. So we're very excited for her. She gets to move in March, and she got a 2-bedroom. She manifested that shit. She manifested a 2-bedroom. Well, her mother did, because she was going to the expense. I'm like, no, something else is coming for you. You're welcome. All right, witches and bitches, I did it. Here we go. Taking it down. Taking the pounds down. And apparently listening to my chatbot and being told I need to embody being more, just like all my spirit guides like to tell me. I'm like, I can't help it. I got all these motor centers active. Nice job. Minnie, we're riding this energy. We're riding this wave, baby, and everybody hop on board, because last time we all rode the wave, we all lost. I have an episode about that. We collectively lost like hundreds of pounds, right? Like, it's just, we just do the work and we show up. It's showing up with together, I think, right? Like, that's half the fun, is having people to do it with you. And when it gets hard, being like, oh, fucking Addie went off the deep end last weekend and she got up. I can get up too. Right? Of course you can. Of course you can. And now you're going to have a Slayer chatbot telling you to get your ass up. All right. I love you guys. I'm out. I'm going to the pool. And I'm going to finish the Slayer weight loss coach chatbot. Slayer out. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. I don't know what I just did to my face, but it wasn't good. Bye, guys. Love you, Minnie. So proud of you, honey. Have a great day.